Welcome back and thank you for joining us. I'm here with Resurrection Catholic's very own Carter Taylor. Now Carter is a member of the football and bowling team, but he's also a racer. You heard me right. So Carter, something a little different, not a normal sport you see a lot of people competing in. So I know how you got started, but for the people that maybe didn't see our student athlete segment in September, kind of tell me how you got behind the wheel at a very early age.
Well, my dad used to race a long time ago, but he got out of it whenever he got about 20 or so, and he started working off on the road. And whenever I got to be about 10 or 11, he started talking around and trying to find somebody to try and get me in a car. And he found this guy, George Bragg. He met him at this cookout that they were out. And he said, well, I've been looking for a Carter a go-kart to race in. And he was like, well, I have one. And he's like, well, here before long we'll get him in one and we'll get him to practicing in it. And my dad thought, well, he probably won't ever call me back or anything. And here, about a week later, he called him. And we just kind of went from there. And I've moved up. I moved up at least one class every year. I raced multiple cars at a time. Right now, I have 5 different kinds of cars that I'm racing. 3 dirt cars and 2 asphalt cars.
That's incredible. Yeah. And you say you've gone up a level every year, basically every year you've competed. So how many years have you competed now?
So I started in 2019.
Wow.
So this will be my 6th year that I'm racing.
And the funny thing is, your dad told me he started racing without a driver's license. You finally got it though, didn't you get this year?
I did. I got it last year in September.
Makes us feel a little better. But I mean, you've been doing it for a very long time, and this year specifically though, or this past season, you've had a lot of milestones too. So since September, since our last time meeting, what are some things that you've been able to compete in?
So one of the biggest races of the year that we always go to is the Snowball Derby. It's always in December and it's in Pensacola, Florida. And it's one of the biggest short track races in the country really. And we always like to go down there and compete in it. And this past year I led most of the race, almost way over half of the race, and we ended up having some troubles towards the end of the race, but I still ended up coming in 5th place, and it, like I said, it still is one of the biggest short track races around the world.
Absolutely, but also I hear you're going to Pensacola soon for something. You're going to, you call it a championship banquet? Championship, what is it called?
It's a championship banquet.
That's
and
awesome.
Which I missed the championship this past year by 4 points. Me and Logan Boyette, a guy that I race with, he's been racing for a long time, and it's always great racing with him. We raced hard all year, and he beat me in the last race by 4 points.
Hey, but like I said, you're 16 or 17 now?
I'm 16.
And most guys you're racing with are sometimes double, at least triple your age. So, I mean, how exciting is that your future is just only going to get brighter?
Well, it's definitely fun and exciting. There's definitely some people that's been racing for a long time that don't necessarily like me out there racing with them because I can run up front with them, but it's definitely a pleasure to be able to race with some of the greatest out there that's been racing for a long time.
That's awesome. And then maybe lastly, just what's some encouragement for other guys or girls that may be interested in trying to get into racing?
Well, it's fun, and you can definitely make a lot of friends, but if you do end up getting into it, there's always going to be people that don't want you racing with them and everything, and you just got to keep on going and try to ignore what everybody else thinks.
Absolutely. It means they think you're a threat, and it's because you are. Well, thank you so much, Carter. I enjoyed meeting you for Student Athlete, but I look forward to keeping up with you in your career, and also just now a sophomore at Resurrection, right? So
yes,
you got at least 2 more years at the high school level, so I'm
yep.
looking forward to it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Carter. And thank you again for joining us. We'll have more news and weather coming up after the break, so please stay with us.